Today I want to talk just a little bit about another board game. This one is called Tortuga 1667 by a awesome independent gaming design and publishing group called Facade Games. First off, what I love about Tortuga is just the presentation of the game itself. It comes in this awesome box that is designed to look like a really old leather-bound kind of book. It looks amazing on the shelf. It's really cool to pull it out, open it up, and see how this compact yet extremely engaging game comes in such a small package here. Tortuga is a wonderful example of how we use a lot of different game mechanics and put them into an incredibly engaging experience with a theme that I think just works out wonderfully. This pirate theme of looting treasure goes so well with a social deduction type of mechanic where you don't really know who you can trust, you don't know whose secret role is causing them to work with you or to work against you. So let's set up Tortuga and let's see how, from a theme and game design standpoint, it really sets a high bar as far as high quality gaming. So here I have set up a 6-player game of Tortuga. Now the point of Tortuga is that you are going to be moving a piece that represents you between two different ships on a map, the Flying Dutchman, the Jolly Roger. You might also be moving them towards the island of Tortuga. And along with moving, you are going to be activating, playing these action cards underneath. You're going to be voting and interacting with other players. And the point is to get all of the gold off of the Spanish galleon and the gold in Tortuga to either be on the British loyalty or the French loyalty by the end of the game. Whichever side has the most, the French or the British, is going to be the winner of Tortuga. So when you set up the game, you each pick a player, and the player card is represented by a colored pawn here on the map. Now the colored pawns are placed on the two ships randomly, and based on where you are positioned on the ship depends what kind of actions you can take during the game. Once everything is set up, there are 5 action cards randomly placed underneath the map face down. I have them face up here so we can kind of see what is going to be coming. And then finally, after getting your player, getting 3 vote cards that you will use throughout the game, you are going to secretly get a loyalty card. Now, a loyalty card has one of 2 things on it if you are playing an even number of players. It either is a French loyalty or a British loyalty. So right off the bat, right before the game even begins, we start to have conflict. The conflict is, you know what loyalty you are in, you know what side of the ships you need to get the Spanish galleon treasure, but you do not know the loyalty of anyone else. You do not know who your fellow Frenchmen are or who your fellow British men are. So throughout the game, a lot of the actions you take, you need to decide, is this action going to reveal too much about my loyalty? Do I know who is on my ship with me, who I can trust, and who I can't? Because you're going to be asking other players which action card you should pick. You're going to be asking players if you can do a vote, and are they going to vote the way you think they're going to? And sometimes you might be right, sometimes you might be wrong, but the conflict is all about trying to figure out who is loyal with you and can you work together to win the game. So once everyone's set up, we have our pawns out. On the back of your character card, every time it becomes your turn, on the back you have a list of different actions that you can take. So this is another kind of great mechanic. We have the mechanic of secret identities and a type of social deduction game. We also have a list of actions. You can pick one to take each turn. Now, depending where you are on the ship, you are either the captain, first mate, the cabin boy. If you're none of those, you're just a regular shipmate. Or if you're at the front of the line in Tortuga, you are the governor. So based on your role at the time, you have different actions you can take, such as looking at 2 of the action cards just so you know what they are. You flip them over secretly, you take a look, and you put them back. There's things like on here like the albatross. If too many albatrosses are on a ship, everyone gets kicked off the ship and they have to go to the island of Tortuga. A black spot. If someone reveals and plays a black spot, they immediately get kicked off of their ship. But you could ask another player to reveal a card, and if they accidentally pick a black spot, they get kicked off of their ship. If you pick a pistol, you get to use the pistol on any player anywhere and kick them off their ship to Tortuga. A letter of mark allows you to move to the back of a ship, so if you are needing to get around quickly, this could be a very good one. There are also some specialty cards, such as this one, the Pirate Code, which lets you play 2 vote cards during a vote. So part of the game is knowing what the cards are down there, trusting when you ask other players what cards you should pick, or if you should ask another player to pick a card, to try to control the ships and control the gold. Because outside of playing with the cards, other actions you can take, if you are a captain, you can call for an attack vote. An attack vote is trying to get gold off the galleon and put it into your ship. And if you win gold as the captain, you get to decide, does the gold go on the British side or the French side of my ship? Again, do you put it in your loyalty side to let everyone know what your loyalty is, or are you lying? Are you putting it in the other side to try to form some other type of strategy? Anytime you are voting, everyone that participates has 3 vote cards, and the vote cards have different things on them. On the top, if you're voting, you're looking for fire and cannon to successfully launch an attack. There are also water buckets which could put out the fire. So maybe you don't want the captain to be successful in his attack because you know he's going to put the gold in a loyalty you don't belong to. Votes happen in secret, so you could put out the fire, say that you're playing a cannon, and no one would technically know if you're right or not. Who's lying? Who's being deceitful? That's part of trying to figure out. If you're on Tortuga, the governor might call a brawl vote. Everyone votes with either a French or a British card, and whichever side gets the most votes, those Tortuga treasure chests would go to that side. And then finally, the first mate might call a mutiny vote, trying to kick the captain out. Everyone on the ship, when a mutiny is called, would vote to either keep the captain or exile the captain to Tortuga. Again, this vote is secret. So if you feel like you can trust the captain's loyalty, you might want to keep him around, or you might say that you're loyal to him but still kick him out because you are being deceitful. So the game goes on round and round. Treasure is moving around due to vote attacks. People are trying to figure out who's on which side. You can move your pawn to rowboats and onto Tortuga and to the other ships. Your loyalty is not to the Flying Dutchman or the Jolly Roger. You are going to be moving all over the map over the course of this game. You're collecting cards. You're exiling people because you're making them reveal black spots. You're picking pistols and you're getting rid of a captain on a ship, which means everyone else now gets to move up and the first mate becomes the new captain. So you're trying to position to make the decisions that's going to be most beneficial to your team. Over the course of playing, whenever an action card is played, a new one is picked up off of the action deck. And at the bottom of the action deck is a card called the Spanish Armada. The Spanish Armada is coming to get their Spanish galleon back. When this card gets put into the 5 action card slots, all those cards get shuffled up. The Spanish Armada is somewhere, you don't know where, and whenever that card gets revealed in the action deck, the game is over, and whichever side, the British or French, who has the most gold, become the winners, at which point everyone is going to reveal their loyalty to see who the winning team is. Now what's great about this game from a design standpoint is the theme is absolutely wonderful. We have this great pirate theme. We have this kind of cutthroat, making loyalties, breaking loyalties. Among pirates, you have no idea who you can trust. You have these secret voting mechanics. You have a hidden loyalty mechanic. You have to manage your vote cards. You need to manage this ever-changing action deck. What if you look at 2 cards, but now someone else has played them, so they've changed and your information isn't good anymore? What if this guy wants to pick a card and he thinks that this person over here is loyal to him, so he asks what card should he pick? Can he trust that information or not? There are a lot of different things going on in this game, and every turn is a conflict, not only with yourself, conflict over which action should you take, but conflict over who can you trust, conflict over which players are going to screw you over in trying to get treasure onto your side, and which players are going to help you in your endeavors. And at the end of the day, are they lying? So is green here lying about being British loyal just so they can eventually get into the captain's chair? And once they're the captain, are they going to start gathering gold and putting in the French side because now they've tricked everyone on their boat? You just don't know. And so this kind of uncertainty creates wonderful conflict and action in a board game setting. So an excellent example of how we create conflict, how we incorporate a theme into everything we're doing in a game, and how we utilize multiple different types of mechanics and put them all together into a smooth, entertaining, highly engaging board game experience. So there you have it, Tortuga 1667. I hope this video gave you a better idea on how we can utilize theme and different types of gaming mechanics all combined together to create conflict, to create fun, and to keep a wonderful gaming experience. So keep those ideas flowing, keep thinking about how you can make your own wonderful engaging games and how you create conflict in a wonderful type of fun gaming board game experience.